Hi, my name is Nazim, and my FMP project is named FALLAX. It is an adaptive OS-based horror game which records what you're scared of and uses it against you. The first step in making an adaptive game is determining how and when it is going to actually adapt to you as a player. To actually get the game to adapt to you, you've got two options. The first way is using something called pre-filing, where you actually tell the game a bit about you before you start playing. The other one, which is the one that I have chosen, is to figure out information about the player as they're actually playing. The next step was to figure out what phobia categories I wanted to use to sort people into. For this, I looked at the Diagnostical Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, also known as the DSM, and looked at the 4 phobias listed in there that psychiatrists use when diagnosing patients. The game is built in an operating system like Windows. This OS has been purposefully designed to learn about the player's phobias through subtle cues built into everyday actions like surfing the web or chatting with friends. As the OS learns about the player's fears, it continues to use those fears against them until the big climactic finish at the end of the game. Once the game is complete, it will then be tested with a small group who will each fill out a questionnaire about their experience. Afterwards, I can crunch the numbers and generate a reflective report to determine the success of this adaptive system. So the game is made in Unity, which means I needed a list of features to actually have in the game. To do this, I made a story, a rough kind of narrative of how I wanted things to go, and I used that to determine what functions I needed to make that story possible. I chose to set the game inside of an OS because the idea of your computer watching you is pretty invasive. Plus, I feel like we're all scared of downloading a virus by accident. One thing I've learned from developing this project is how amazing Unity events are, and how much they can save time on difficult coding, especially while trying to juggle 2 other modules. Halfway through development, I actually realized I hate my project and I don't want to do it anymore, so I nearly started again, but instead of doing that, I decided to gut the whole thing and pick out the parts that I liked doing and add some things I enjoyed. By doing that, it helped me develop skills that I had fun developing, which I think is something important that I didn't really think about at the start. What do I hope to achieve from this project? Overall, I just want an answer. I want to be able to figure out whether or not an adaptive system can actually work, and if the answer is no, then why not? I've learned a lot during this experience, and it's been a lot of fun developing more inside of Unity. This is the longest project I've ever done, and it's been challenging in a really great way. It's helped me learn so much more about Unity and about Unity systems in general. I've had so much fun developing this project, and I can't wait to share how it turns out.